Suja, can you see my screen? You are on mute.
Yes, I can.
So let's just start from here.
Okay, so I'm going to start.
Yeah. You are on mute.
Can you hear me, Jita?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
So let's just start from here.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 8th Project Possible live event. The weather has cooled down a bit, and it's nice to have a cool weather at times, especially after a hot weather week.
Good evening, everyone.
So here we are.
To the 8th
Hold on.
Possible live event.
What is happening?
Sorry, is my voice
The weather has
echoing?
cooled down a bit, and it's nice to have a cool weather at times.
Do you have something open on your side? Maybe that is what is repeating.
Okay. Sorry, I'll just start again.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 8th Project Possible live event. I hope you all can hear me well.
Yes.
Okay. So the weather has cooled down a bit after a very hot weather week. So as you enjoy this weather with a hot cup of tea, here we are as a team bringing you lots of valuable information. So welcome to all. Can I have the next slide, please? So before we start our live event, I've got some house rules, and they are as follow. So keep your cell phone off or in silent mode, and mute your mic unless you have any questions or you've got any doubts to ask. And please switch on your video. Make sure you take notes because we've got lots of valuable information today. And if you have any questions, you can post in the chat box as well. After the session, we have a Q&A sessions, and you can always raise your questions there. And use the same details to rejoin if at all your call drops in between due to any technical reasons. And you will definitely get the recording of today's live event. We have a global audience. They are live on Zoom and YouTube. And we truly appreciate your trust and your valuable time. Also make sure that you leave us feedback, tell us how we are doing, and we have a Trustpilot link for that. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Suja. So we got us for this event, today's evening event. We had John Penkut, who was scheduled to be with us, but because of some emergency, we will be having John hopefully in the coming months. So I just want to convey sincere apologies from John. You might have seen the post which we have already shared on the social media. So I just wanted to acknowledge some people who have not seen this post and watching this video expecting John to be with us. So he has conveyed his sincere apologies, and he will see you guys at some point this year itself. Now, focusing on this evening, we have a special guest, and that special guest is also the co-founder of Project Possible. So it is Kushal and Pari. They are going to share one of their recent project which they have completed. And what I can say, a few years back, I met them, and they were completely into pharmaceutical background. They were working with multiple corporates, and with a lot of experience. They were quite eager to try something different. And they have that entrepreneur spirit. When I met them for the first time, I remember having that entrepreneur spirit, willing to connect with people, network with people, reach out to work as a team, collaboration. So many like key strength I saw in them. And that's what attracted all of us to work together. So this evening, I take this opportunity after a few years. I think we've been working together now almost 4 years now. It's my pleasure to invite Kushal and Pari to be on this virtual stage to share their recent HMO development, the challenges they faced, the fun they had with us this evening. So over to you, Kushal and Pari. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Jito. It was really nice introduction and made me feel so proud of myself, and even Parinita as well, supporting me in each step of property or life or anything. So she's always there with me. So thank you for the kind introduction. Now, let's start with our journey and where we are. So I'll kindly request to mute, or somebody can take over and mute so that there won't be any distraction. So regarding our journey, so we are co-founder of Project Possible as well as director of Garkul. As they say that every successful person has a woman behind it. So the beautiful lady Parinita is behind my success and behind our success of property and even business. So we came in UK in 2009. Like we studied B pharmacy in India, and then we thought of doing masters. So we chose UK to study our master's degree in further studies of pharmacy. So we did our master's in Greenwich University in London. And then afterwards that we got an opportunity to work for many multinational companies like Merck, Pfizer, Novartis, AbbVie, Johnson & Johnson. So as we both are from pharmaceutical field, we are still working for these companies as well as doing our property journey as well. Then as everybody has in their career, after they start working, they have a saved pot. Then everybody decides to move on and do something with their investment. So we decided to go and buy our first property in UK. So this is our lovely property in UK. And when we bought our property, then we wanted to redevelop it as per our own taste and style. So that's where the initial property development started from me and Parinita, like developing the property with our own taste and style. So we did a lot of renovation and development of our property, made it look really nice and really nice and like for us to live in. Then as we decided that afterwards, as we have got our first property, then we decided that we need to get into businesses and get involved into other aspects of life rather than just doing our job, 9-to-5 job. So we decided that we will choose property as our investment vehicle to go ahead and live the life which we wanted to desire. So what we decided later on was we will, rather than just going and buying any property, which anybody can do, we decided to invest in ourselves, learn new property strategies and new skills. So we decided to do courses of properties and gain some knowledge about property, and then go and invest in the property strategies. So that's the picture of us networking. And after learning of different strategies and investment styles, we decided that HMO is going to be our strategies moving forward for now, at least, and when we started. So we bought our first property and it was a 2-bed property, and we decided to convert it into a student accommodation because it was nearby the university. And we had all our trainings and learning. So it was time to put that learnings into implementation. So this was our first property, which we had bought. And the first property was not enough. So we wanted to test ourselves. So we went and bought another property. So 2 properties at the same year. So first was luckily a joint venture because we didn't had much knowledge. So that is another tip if you guys are very new, because this can be daunting sometimes when you don't have much experience, and it is going to be a lot of money involved in these deals as well. So first deal was our joint venture deals, and the second deal we did it with ourselves only, with our experience and knowledge. And this is when I was talking about it can be a little bit daunting, because this is what we do. We buy property and we break it down completely. We just have like 4 walls remaining in it. So this is the picture of the property which we had purchased, and we had removed entirely everything from the property. And after renovating, this is the pictures of how the property looked afterwards once it has been redecorated. So this is, in short, an introduction of ourselves and where we are, how we started our journey, and what we are doing currently. We will have more in the coming slides, but this is just a short and sweet introduction for you to know who we are. Then the second slide, which is coming, we thought like it will be nice to tell you guys like why property investment and why we choose property to go ahead. Why not any other businesses or any other investment platform? Because there are so many platforms available where you can go and earn money, but why property? So as 9 to 5 is not something which we would like to continuously do in our life. We want to have that financial freedom. And we thought like we will get that financial freedom by investing into properties, because property is something which is solid. You can feel it. It's bricks and mortar. And other investment styles, like we found it like they don't suit us that much. That's why we decided to go into property. And we plan to have financial freedom through property investments, like multiple property investments. And again, because why property is because you get two aspects of property investment. You get like capital appreciation as well as cash flow, which is rare. And you also have an aspects of leveraging other people's money, and you can leverage other people's money and buy the assets. So that's one of the reasons. And then again, like if everybody wants this, they want to spend more quality time with family and friends. So you can achieve that only when you will have financial freedom, when you have that recurring income coming through your investments. You won't be relied on your 9 to 5 jobs only, where the money will be coming. We want to have like various different income coming to us rather than relying on our jobs. So that's another reason. We like traveling a lot. So property will enable us to travel because once the property is done up and tenanted, you don't have much problems. You have some problems always there. Property is always you have to solve problems, and that's how you earn money. But once it is tenanted, it is little bit less hassle, and you can have like management companies managing it. So traveling, another, it can enable us with our investment hobbies. We have a lot of hobbies, and we like adventure sports, so that will enable us to do that. Health and fitness. Nothing is more important than health and fitness. So we want to spend more time in our health and fitness so that we can enjoy all the aspects of our life. So these all things we thought like property investment will enable us. That's why we choose a property going forward to do the investments in property. Then I thought like goals will be good to add in this slide. So what we want to achieve with our property investments. So first and very important thing is we don't want to buy any property and just put our cash in there. The property should cash flow. So we want minimum of £1,000 per month cash flow from each property. So that's our goal. And we have already achieved it by HMO investment, 2 properties. And then we want to quit our 9 to 5 job, have freedom to do whatever we want, not just a job, but we should have freedom to choose whatever we love to do in our life. So that can be traveling, health, fitness, hobbies, everything. And again, spending time with friends and family. So that's our goal, which we intend to do with our property investments. Now that we have this, we decided to do like investment into property, then coaching and mentoring comes. Like we spend a lot of time learning all the different strategies in property, like HMOs, buy-to-lets, commercial conversions. So because we think that property investment is not just about going and buying the property. You need to be strong in physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. All these aspects of life, you need to be strong for the business to grow, and for you to be a successful person, you need to be strong in these aspects. And a coach or a mentor can help you and guide you to show your strengths and weaknesses. So that's why we decided to invest in ourselves. And we have spent nearly 30K learning about properties, different investment and business case. Because I truly believe, like, before doing anything, you should have total understanding and knowledge about investing or doing anything in our life. So I believe in investing in myself and continuously learning as well. So we, in our property journey, we had many coaches and mentors guiding us, and even they are guiding us now for our property journey. Whatever issues or hurdles we have in our property journey, we have somebody who has a lot of experience and done the similar things which we intend to do to help us and guide us in our path. And that's some of the pictures of our networking event, meeting people. We really love networking and meeting people and understanding what they are doing in their businesses and how we can learn and grow with them. So that's some of the pictures. And our strategy now. As I mentioned previously, we just don't want to park our money in the properties. We want cash flow as well as capital growth from that property. Keeping that in mind, these are the strategies which we intend to do, which will be HMO development, studio apartment conversions, and commercial to residential conversions. So as there are a lot of property strategies, it can be like overwhelming sometimes, like which property strategy you can choose for yourself. So depending upon your circumstances and the amount of money you have, you need to write down your goals and you need to choose a strategy which will suit your goals. So I suggest that if anybody wants any guidance regarding what strategy to choose. Then with regards to our projects, I thought it would be a nice idea to give you an understanding about the numbers of our projects which we have done. This is our first HMO projects which we had purchased. So we purchased this property for around 143K. And then, as I told you, like we involve like heavy refurbishment in our properties. So we break it down and we reshuffle all the properties as per the student HMO requirements. So we spend a lot of money in refurbishment. So we spend nearly 90,000 in our refurb. And again, with the furnishings, we spent 10,000, which involved all the electronics, carpets, all the fitted furniture, everything, and other costs, which will be stamp duty, legals, architectural drawings, structural surveys, all other things, HMO license applications. So that is 10,000, which I have added. Let me mute. And with all this cost, then we went into a refinance stage and we got the GDV of around 270K for this project. And after calculating our all the money which we had put in and deducting it from the GDV, we had 50,500 left in our deal. And it was cash flowing 1,500. So our return on investment was around 35%. So not a bad deal to start with. And then the second project, we bought the property around 141K. Refurb was a little bit larger than the first project. So it was 95K, 5K more than the first project because we did an extension to our kitchen to make the kitchen a little bit big. And then the furnishing 10,000, other cost 10,000. And luckily, or because of the kind of refurb we did, I must say, we got the GDV for that project of 320K. We were really happy to achieve that after all our efforts. And then the money left in after deducting the cost from the GDV was 16,000 and net cash flow same. So the ROI on this deal, we were really pleased, and I'm sure you all will be pleased because this is the kind of deals which we all want to do, was 112%. Wow, top of the moon. Really happy with that. So just want to share some pictures of our development. So this is the kind of properties which we purchase. You can see the kind of state these properties are in. And I'm not sure if you'll believe, but this was the student accommodation which the students were getting when we bought this property. And we have actually lived in such kind of properties when we were student as well. So we wanted to bring a change, and we wanted to bring a change in the accommodation and bring luxury to the market. So what we did was this is the layout. This was 2-bedroom properties, and we changed it into 5-bedroom student accommodation with each room having their own ensuite. Again, breaking property down completely and reshuffling it. And this is where the magic happens. Can you believe it is the same property? We have converted it from a rundown property to all lavish, luxurious student accommodation with everybody having their own ensuite, their TVs, their desks, their lamps. They just need to come with their suitcases and they have everything in there. This is the kind of accommodation which we intend to provide to the market. And this is the second project which we did, kind of similar. The kitchen is a little bit bigger, but all the luxuries which a student will need are provided here. Internet, TV, Wi-Fi, everything. Okay, so now that's all nice, gloomy, and nice, but everybody wants to know about the challenges, because definitely everybody, like all the property investors, have challenges in their life and in their journey. And if they say no, they are definitely lying. So you need to double check. So these are some of the challenges which we face, like to find a good builder and to create a team was a bigger challenge. Let me go into other, and then maybe I can do both the slides, because I have also added in like what we did to overcome those challenges. So first challenge was to find a good builder. So what we did was we researched the market which we were investing in. We did a lot of due diligence to find out like what other investors are doing, what other people are doing. We got references. And then after doing our due diligence and after taking quotes from various builders, we decided on one builder, which we are still using. So that's how we overcome that challenge. Then with regards to managing the project, because we are not based in the gold mine area which we invest in. So we are based like 1.5 hour distance away from our gold mine area. So managing such a heavy refurbishment from distance was really, really challenging for us. So what we did was we had a weekly catch up with our build team and follow up with our bid team to be top of the activities. Because it's easily possible, like the build team can say, okay, there is nobody keeping an eye on us. So the projects can get delayed, and they have been delayed for us. So even though if we are taking all these steps, so this is how we plan to and intend to reduce this challenge. Then traveling back and forth, as this is kind of similar, but we had to travel a lot of time from our place where we live to our investment area, and it had a lot of issues because we are still doing our 9 to 5 job. So continuously traveling to our investment area was a pain for us. So we decided to have somebody locally. So we hired somebody locally who kept an closed eye, like a very close eye on our projects, and used to give us an update. And if there was any issues or any problems, he used to inform us regarding any problems. And we used to have like a daily update on what the progress is on our developments. Then fitted furniture, because we wanted to provide luxurious accommodation. So we didn't go for a normal furniture or bedding style. So we decided to bring in a carpenter who can do fitted furniture and made to measure furniture for us, because we wanted to use the space because space was really limited. So we definitely needed someone creative to come in and do such kind of furniture. So again, for that same, we had to do a lot of research, due diligence, then take references, and again manage the timelines with the build team as well. So which was really hectic, but with our research knowledge and networking, we managed to overcome that. Interior design, again, this bit is really challenging. Let me mute. Because to have the finish which you want, and working with other people, and with the timelines again is really difficult, and you have to order different things from different places. You don't get just go in IKEA and bring all the things. We didn't do that because we wanted the finish with our style, so we had to spend a lot of time and organize that with the build team. So this was really challenging. Then market competition, because we are in a area where there are a lot of student HMOs. So we wanted to bring something different to the market. So we wanted to provide luxury and bring some with our touch and our style. We wanted to bring something in the market. So we found the market gap, and we provided what the market needed at that time, certain time. So we wanted to be unique in our approach and also be on top of the competition and our competitors. So we created that kind of product for that. Then room lettings. After that project has been created, we have our kind of finish. We have gone through all the hurdle of project managing and dealing with the builders and all the issues. Then after having the product, then we need the tenants. And with COVID and everything, we were in a situation where our project was completed as per our expectation. It was all looking nice and gloomy, but we didn't had students to take our properties. So then to mitigate that risk, we decided to pivot and go into another strategy. And again, this comes with all the learning and your network and all your mentor coaching, guiding you with all the steps. So we decided to convert this into a service accommodation. And then we let it out to the guests for weekly or bi-weekly basis, and basically using it as an hotel. So we got an experience of that strategy as well while we were doing our HMOs. But now I'm happy to say, after going through all these challenges and hurdle, our property are now fully tenanted. It is cash flowing as we expected. So you never get things easily. You have to always go through all the hurdles and challenges. Then only you will achieve what you want in your life. So challenges are part and parcel of property development. So what next for us? We want to focus on cash flow and capital growth strategy because this is aligned to our goals, which we want to achieve, because we think that life is very short and we want to achieve maximum things in small time. So we want to really get more cash flow from our investments. So we will continue doing our HMO developments, which we are doing right now, as there is a gap in the market definitely for high standard luxurious accommodation. So that's what we will continue to do. And then a step up, we will convert properties into a mini studio apartments, where like in the recent HMOs, which I showed you, we have provided all the things, and it has an ensuite. In studio apartment, what we will be providing is we will also be adding kitchenettes in that property. So it is kind of mini apartment, one bed apartment, where they can cook, as well as they have their own ensuite, they have their TV and everything. So this is kind of finish which we will be providing moving forward. And also we are looking into commercial to residential deals, like buying defunct commercial properties. Because of COVID, everybody now realized that we don't need like big buildings for our employees. So there are a lot of commercial properties coming to market, and the plan for them is will be to convert it into residential accommodation, because there is less residential accommodation in UK. So it will be nice strategy to use in this conditions as well. So this is what we are planning to do as well. And then as cash flow is our strategy, and we have all this experience converting properties, we will be focusing on deal sourcing, because we have an idea about getting below market value deals, and we have knowledge, experience about doing this, and as well as project management. So we want to utilize our skills and knowledge so that we can provide this same services to the investors who are new and who need these services. So we'll be focusing our time on this as well. as well as lastly, buying businesses. So this is what we are learning about, like buying businesses which are not doing well, and maybe going in and adding value to that businesses. So this is also our intention moving forward. Then lastly, this is me and Parinita. This is our company, Garkul Limited. So feel free to visit our website and Facebook page. You can see all the updates about our projects, our upcoming projects, and what we are doing in our Facebook page. Also, feel free to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or also drop us an email. So I've added the contact details here if you would like to reach out or have any issues which you need help with. That's it. So I can hand over, and in case anybody has any questions, you can ask. No, nobody has any questions. Everybody knows what they're doing.
Yeah, Kushal, so regarding the second project, you went into a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
So when you compare the HMO with studio, what do you think in terms of demand or in terms of doing something different? What's your like kind of reason behind it or logic behind it?
Yeah, so for me and for us, me and Parinita, we always wanted to step up our game. Like initially, we, as you saw, like we started off with a property which was a student accommodation. If you don't believe, but we converted it into like a nice, luxurious en-suite room student accommodation. And because we always wanted to step up, now we have decided to put a studio like kitchenette in, because we think that with COVID, everybody needs their own kind of space where they can cook as well. So they don't want a lot of engagement. Like there are a lot of problems happening in the common kitchen area. So they would prefer to have their own cooking facilities as well, rather than sharing with the other peoples, like 5 to 6 peoples in the property. And again, there is a lot of cleaning and problems with whose utensils, and these people has eaten his sandwich, and they want to avoid all those things. So we thought that there is definitely a gap in the market where people would like to have their own kind of privacy, even in cooking. Because what we have done right now is we have given them everything they want, but they still need to come in the communal area to cook, and they have that. But we will still provide them a communal area, but we will put cooking in their room, which is a little bit unique. So they have their own total privacy. And if they want to mingle with other people, network with other people, they still have their communal area. So this is what we thought, like this is definitely a gap, and this is what people need in the current market. And after speaking with a lot of agents as well, they said that this is really a gap, and this is where you can get more rents as well. I'm sure the build cost will be more, but the GDP will be more as well. That's why we thought we'll go ahead and do this.
Yeah, I think you gave a lot of good reasons to explore that as an opportunity. The other thing on my mind was you have seen the prices for the material has gone up over the months and weeks due to the inflation and so many other supply chain management. So if anyone who's thinking of doing some development projects, what kind of precautions they should be thinking of? Like, for example, the first project you mentioned 90,000, second project 95,000, but it had an extension. Yeah. So something like that in today's scenario, if we are planning, what should be the buffer anyone should kind of keep in mind?
Yeah, definitely. This is a big problem with build costs going up, because this is a deadly combination, which I keep on calling. Like everything is going up. Property prices are going up, build costs are going up, and interest rates are going up. So in this situation, I think it will be best to get involved more in build cost and see, try to speak with at least 3 builders, get references from 3 builders, and get a breakdown, like schedule of work from each builder. Like you need to know the costing of each thing. Like this insulation is going to cost this much, kitchen is going to cost this much, then all the loft conversion is going to cost this much, so that you can try to negotiate the price with other builders as well, and you have the understanding of what they are costing us for, rather than just going for a builder who is going to give us like a whole project costing. So we need to have an understanding like how whenever you're starting a project, there is a tendering system called you get the costing of each item and you are aware of the pricing. So maybe if you get involved more and you have the understanding about pricing, that can do. But definitely there is an increase of about 20,000 or 30,000 in the build cost. So you have to take that into consideration. And I say to overcome that, you need to be involved more in the build, and you need to have an understanding of pricing of each and every aspects. So that's how I plan to move ahead and do my constructions.
Yeah. Thank you, Kushal. That's been helpful. Thank you.
No problem.
And guys, this is the opportunity where if you have any questions, you can ask Kushal, who has successfully done multiple development projects. So any questions regarding, you can ask him. Okay.
Hi, Kushal. I'm Soji.
Hi, Soji.
Yeah. I'm from Preston. I have a question about that kitchen, cooking area, as you mentioned before. If that can damage in the long run, that room, like the moisture and all those things, what you will do that in that area? Like if we install the kitchen in the bedroom, or
yeah,
I don't understand quite well in that.
So are you asking about studios which will be installed in the room? So what we are doing is with our recent development as well, we are making sure that we are putting dam proofing membrane everywhere, so that there is a precaution already taken care of with regards to this moisture problems and everything. So we are adding that an extra layer of dam proofing membrane in our construction already, so that we don't have those kind of problems.
Right. Okay. Is there any exhaust, anything like that? Exhaust fan?
Exhaust.
No, I'm going deep into that building. I don't think we need to worry about that. Is that jitter?
Yeah, because we have exhaust in our ensuite. Like each room is having their own exhaust.
Right.
So
okay.
if the moisture is accumulating, because moisture will mostly be accumulating in the ensuites where people will be taking showers. And in the studios, we will be planning to provide where the hob is, we will be providing an extractor fan as well on top of it, because it will be a kitchenette. So anything which we will be cooking, like pressure cookers or anything steam going, we have an extractor fan for that, so that it doesn't catch moist. And studio, like the ensuite, will have their own extractor fan.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think just to add there. The kitchen will be a basic infrastructure. Like, for example, if you go into, especially in central London, you go into studio flats, you will see one corner with a small kitchen. Like you might be paying 600, 700,000 luxurious apartments, but you will see a small one corner with a kind of a wash basin and a electric hob and things like that. And the idea of that kitchen is, if you want some hot food, you can just have something quick. I don't think so. The idea is of doing a proper cooking. I think we will still have a common kitchen and not a common kitchen, but a lounge area and things like that. But professionals who are really busy, they will be living in that studios. But the idea is not to do any heavy cooking. It's just they can do their essential breakfast and lunch and heat up their in the oven and hob and things like that. But not to be doing a proper
in that case, can we do that same thing on our HMOs?
I think from a regulatory point of view, I don't think so. Either you do a studio or you do an HMO. They are two different from a licensing point of view, from a design point of view, they are two different strategies.
Right.
So if you are going to do an what do you say, a HMO with a kitchen, that means you are doing a studio directly. Yeah. Kushal, I think if you can add to it.
Yeah, I can add. So there is a requirement in council, like if you go and read the council guidelines for a studio room, it needs to be 14 square meter room. And if it is a normal en-suite room, it can be up to 6.5 square meter. But for studio room, it definitely needs to be a certain size. So you can't just go and add anything in a normal room. It needs to be of a specific size. So that is another requirement. And again, as Jito said, like there are two types of studio actually, where you can put electric hob, like there is not a big hob where like you can have like 4 cooking stations or something. The hob which goes in that studio is only two hobs, like 2 electric stations, where you can cook a little bit, but not like intense cooking, but you can still cook there. They can have their own washing facilities as well. I've seen studios where they are providing electric hob with an extractor fan, with dishwasher, as well as washing facility. So it is like a mini 1-bedroom flat as well, but it is like studio. And then there is another kind of studio where you don't provide this cooking facilities. You just provide a microwave where it can be just the food can be heated up, and then you have this washing facility where you have a sink. So that is another kind of studio. So there are 2 types of studio as well, which are being done.
Right. Okay.
And then there is this third one, which we are already doing, which is an en-suite property. Because studios is mostly for professionals. And the ones which we are doing, like which we have done, is for students, because they don't need a lot of cooking, to be honest. So that is another target profile which we are doing it for.
Yeah, but like see, what we have learned recently is the rental demand and the cash flow massively increases in studios.
Yes.
That's what we learned. So definitely the GDV is high, the investment is high, the risk is also high, but the cash flow is good. It's worth taking that risk, provided it is a calculated risk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more questions for Kushal? Yeah, Kushal, I think we can move on to the next part of the session.
Sure. That's it from my side. Then I think thank you very much for your time and listening to our story and journey. And Jito, I think it's
yes, yeah. So once again, Kushal, thank you. I know John Penquit could not be with us this evening for emergency reasons, and he has promised that he will be with us at some point this year. And he has conveyed his apologies. And Kushal, once again, on such a short notice, you have pulled together such a brilliant story, and you had such a passion sharing that story, the challenges what we have faced. You were so proud, so happy to share those knowledge with us, because you have learned that hard way. You have invested your time, money, effort, and you went through that entire struggle when you were completing those projects. So I'm sure those are life lessons which all of us can learn from. And the ideas, the strategies which you have shared from HMO to studio, and how things have evolved in the last few years, where a lot of people were struggling with pandemic, people were kind of closing their businesses down, people were struggling to stay focused and positive. And that was the time you guys, Kushal and Pari, you guys been positive, and you turned around 2 properties into HMO, generating positive cash flow, reclaimed pretty much all your investment. So I say, like, pandemic has been a blessing for you guys. You were able to focus and stay on track with and I'm sure as the economy booms and things gets better, there are challenges about cost and so many other things, but You guys have been a real kind of a positive energy, whoever you meet and whatever you do. So all the best, many more successes for you and many more properties in the coming days and months and years. And we'll continue to work together at Project Possible and so many other ventures. And as we talk, we mentioned about the studios. So on 20th of this month, which is the coming Saturday, so we got today's what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So on Saturday, we got investor site tour. So we're going to visit 4 properties. The first 2 properties are actually the studios, which is work in progress. So you will literally see the different size and how the studios are put together. And after that, we are going to see 2 properties which are HMO, where one HMO, the work is in progress, and one which is recently completed. So you will get a feel of 2 projects which are studios and 2 projects which is HMO. So you can see a clear difference. It is always good to mention theoretically, but it will be good for you to see it with your own eyes. So as if you guys are keen about knowing and learning about property, you guys are keen about investing in property, developing at some stage, entering into development of the property, I think this visit is so important. So reach out to the members of Project Possible. You can reach out to Suja, Pari, Kushal. You can reach out to me, and we can help you share the invite for the 20th August. It's starts in morning 10:30, and it will go on till afternoon. And then we have an afternoon networking lunch, and that's how the day is planned out. And you will meet our property developers. You will meet other investors. We already have 10 people booked in for that day. But if any of you are interested, please reach out and we will share the further details. Can we move to the next slide, please? So for the next month, it is 21st of September 2021. We will have our Project Possible event, evening 7 p.m. We are yet to announce the expert or the speaker, so we'll share that on our social media platform in the weeks to come. So the key dates for next month is 21st of September 2020. That's a mistake, 2021. It should be 2022, but it's 21st of September is a Wednesday, 7 p.m. So keep yourself free for the next Project Possible event. And we will also have dates for the next month's investor site. So if you can't make it for this Saturday, which is 20th of August, and it's a short notice for you, don't worry. We got another one coming up next month, wherein we will have similar sites, or we might try to explore land developments and so many other things. So stay tuned, stay in touch. And I want to say a massive thank you for all those people who took their time this evening to be with us, and Kushal and Pari for pulling this together for this evening. Suja for doing all the technical support for this evening and giving us a warm welcome with Project Possible event, and all those people who have worked in the background to make this evening a success. This is the 8th month we've been consistently bringing together the Project Possible event, and a lot of people go on our YouTube channel and benefit from the previous sessions we have done, the previous experts, the golden nuggets has been shared. So thank you for all those people, not only in UK, abroad, who visit our sites, who visits our social media, YouTube channels, and keep sharing this feedback. And that keeps us staying focused to do these events month on month. So thank you for all the supporters and well-wishers of Project Possible. So on that note, we will conclude today's live event, and enjoy rest of the evening and rest of the week. And all those people who will be joining us on this Saturday, we will see you soon on Saturday. Thank you.